Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to today's craft-in. So today's craft-in is the Kiwi Club show and tell, which we are so happy to have Kiwi Lane co-founder, Miss Debbie Budge, with us. And she's going to show you what she created with the August Kiwi Club kit. Before we get started, leave a comment, let us know where you're watching from and how your Tuesday's going. Do you see comments, Debbie?
Not yet.
Let's see. Let's think of something fun, like a fun question, like what was your favorite part of the August Kiwi Club kit? Maybe type that in the comments. Or what's your favorite thing about Kiwi Lane, just so we can see your comments. Well, also, if you missed the birthday event we did last week, we just wanted to say thank you to everybody. We didn't have a craft-in yesterday, so I'll take the time to say thank you to everyone who participated. We had such a fun time, announcing some new exciting things. Today is one of the last days to do the product survey that we sent out, so I'll put the link in the comments. If you'd like to do the survey. If you complete the survey, you get 50% off of one item, which is exciting. So we just wanted to say thank you to everybody who participated with that birthday event last week. And we're looking forward to another exciting year of Kiwi Lane. Hi, Karen. Thanks for commenting.
Hey, I saw that come up. And Maureen and 10 other people, it says. So thank you.
Hello, everyone. Okay, well, Debbie, I'm going to let you take it from here.
Okay.
And thanks for joining us, everybody. All right, Debbie, you got it.
Thank you so much, Sonia. I appreciate you getting me on here. And as people are popping in, I see some names I recognize. Jennifer Harjo, if I said that right, she's our kind of grand prize winner for our 12 days, our dozen days for a dozen years challenges. She won the 12-month subscription to the Kiwi Club, and we're excited for her to enjoy that. Nikki, Karen, Polos, I see all of you guys popping in. June McWatt, I'm so happy to have you here with me today and share with you what I did with the August Kiwi Club. I can't believe I'm sharing with you the August Kiwi Club because there's a table beside me that you can't see, covered with the October Kiwi Club, which I'm working on right now. Nope, I already did September. So yeah, October Kiwi Club, which I'm working on, and it's super cute. So, but this month we're focused on the August Kiwi Club. It's August 31st, the last day of the month. Hopefully some of you have had it for a week or two and have been able to play with it a bit and enjoy it. I know that when I got it in the mail, I loved the papers and I loved the templates. They were so exciting to me when I opened up that box and saw them, and really loved the possibilities. Because I'm older and I don't have a lot of young kids at home anymore, my possibilities for layouts are probably different than some of yours. If you have the young kids that are still going to school, elementary or high school or preschool or anything like that, then you might be using this kit for some back to school layouts and so on. I know, I'll show you real quick one thing I made. I made 2 layouts and a card, but I'll just show you real quick the card since we're talking about school. I hope you can see it and the light is good. But just a simple card using our autumn set and the orchard set that came in the August Kiwi Club kit. And but it reminded me as I was looking at it of all the pictures popping up on my family's Facebook pages, seeing all my grandkids going back to school. And yeah, it's a perfect kit for teacher cards, which is what this one is, or even teacher gifts if you wanted to use it for like teacher gifts and things, but also for those layouts with back to school layouts and things like that. So I do have a teacher card. But I don't have a back to school layout, but I'll share with you what I did do. Because there's also a lot of people more in my generational ages that don't have the young kids. And so would be using these for difference. And I really like how I managed to come up with some layouts and some pictures that would work with it. The first one I want to share with you today is based on the sketch. I pulled it up in the Ideabook, but every month in our Kiwi Club Ideabook, we have a sketch of the month. I'm going to share my screen quickly. And when I do, let me know if you see the sketch of the month. I need you to let me know in the comments because I can't really tell from where I am. So if you can see the sketch of the month, comment real quick and let me know that you can see it. Oh, I can see it now on my phone. So in our digital Ideabook, which we have every month, if you're not familiar with that, every month, Shiloh, Susan, and I take the Kiwi Club. We get it a couple of months early, and we each, without looking at the other person's things, we each create what we can from it, you know, how we want to use it. And so this one, the apple of my eye, which is August Kiwi Club, this is the front page of the digital Ideabook, which is free. You can download it from kiwilane.com. You just need to log in and go to the shop and find the digital Ideabooks, the PDF ones. You put it in the cart to, like you're going to purchase it, but it doesn't cost anything. But what it does when you put it in the cart and go through and just finish that order, it puts it in your download section of your account. So when you go logged into your account, you can go find your downloads and open it up and then just download it. This is just on my computer. So the second page has the sketch of the month. This sketch we just started doing this a few months ago. So we also take the sketch and create with it. So the first one that I'm going to show you is what I did with the sketch of the month. And it'll look really pretty similar. I kind of followed it. It's really fun sometimes to have a sketch and just be able to do that. So I'm going to stop sharing, but take a good look. I have it straight across and then pictures of various sizes with some of our new orchard templates being used there. So now I'm going to stop sharing that, come back to you over here. So this is mine. This is, let's see. Let's see if that goes the correct way for you, but you can tell that I pretty much followed the sketch, but I did make some adjustments to it because of my picture sizes or the pictures that I found. So this side of the page, good, cover there. We're getting too much light. Let me turn this a bit here. Maybe we'll get better color. Okay, so I did use I didn't use the same exact templates, but I did the same style going across as the sketch. But I decided to include a few more pictures, and I like to have those kind of small pictures. I use a selfie anymore to print my pictures. I saw that a lot of people were using that last year, and I decided to get one and give it a try, and I've used it ever since. It's really great because I can just print pictures. It's sitting right there next to my desk, and I can print pictures that I need for the layout. And on this one, I had some miscellaneous pictures of my daughter, Sarah, and her husband, Jake, just from different activities, but it seemed to work to go together. And this picture I wanted to be kind of the main picture, but the original picture is this. And so they were really too small. They were at a movie theater, just a quick picture. And so what I did was I zoomed in. It was on my phone, so I just edited it. I zoomed in and cropped it down so that I could just get that. And it worked really well. I've done that a couple of times now. So if you have a picture on your phone that you want to use, but it needs adjusting or bigger or, then you can just crop it down and it works. And then the selfie has an option where you can create like a bookmark. So I picked some of the pictures and I created kind of bookmark strips and cut them in half. So instead of 2 3x4s, which is on the sketch, I just did 2 strips. It turned out well. I was really happy. I really love these templates. You'll see this one, Orchard, is the name of the set, which was here. So cute. So cute. I even used just bits of it up here, so you can see there how I just used the little bits to have some leaves falling out. I really liked that. I like having little bits falling out and being layered together. And then also this awesome cut apple. This is great, and I did there. Now you can just cut it plain. You can place it over one of the sayings, the cards that we get in there, and trace it. And I did that on this card. You can see I just placed it over there and I traced it out so that I could use that saying on this card. And that's awesome. And then you can also use, I used a white jelly pin, which I have a couple of these, and they're becoming one of my favorite things because I just laid that over the paper, held it kind of firm, and I filled it in on that part and just traced around the kind of seed parts, but it was great. I also just cut one of them up here in some of that fun paper. And then the other template they have is this basket. And you can see that you can cut out these middle slat parts or the top, or you can just again place it right over one of the sentiment cards. And I went ahead and did that, and then just kind of gave it some depth with adding, the cutout part there. And I just added something on the bottom to give it a little base. And then these little apples. I like little things. So these are super cute. And I kind of scattered these around. They were really fun. Even though it's small, it wasn't hard to cut out. And I did a little doodling on it to give it a little more character. Also did some white doodling, you can see. So I kind of doodled with the white gel pen, just adding some different designs and textures to that. And that's that side. So on the other side, I continued with the apple feel and did that again and popped it over here with this cute picture of them. This is when they were younger. They've been married a few years, like 13 years now, I think. This was earlier on in their marriage. And then this piece is one template. You can see there, but I actually cut it out as 2 pieces. I used this part to cut out. I just drew lines because you can just keep that going, and made this almost flag type part one piece. And then I cut the frame art separately, and you can see that I layered that together. So I was just able to cut that as one piece, and then I cut that out separately and put it over the top. So, and then one of my favorite pieces, I had to look up what kit it came from, but I love using the fence. This was a brilliant idea, just to give it some, character for the kind of feel that you're having, kind of apple orchard, fences, just the whole theme of the set. And this, I did look it up, it's from September 2020, Kiwi Club. So if you've got that one, then you've got this template too. I also use the trees. I love the trees too. That's actually from October 2020 last year. And so this first one was pretty easy to put together because it was a sketch, but I really encourage you to grab that PDF and take a look at that sketch. And there's an easy layout for you to do. You can change it up the way you need to, use different templates. If you don't have the specific ones that they're calling for in this, just pick something else. It works really well, but that was fun. So that's one layout that I did. And then the second layout that I did, well, I have to tell you the backstory on this one because my number 8 child, Matthew, got married in June in Oregon, and we had to head out there for the wedding. And we kind of, several of us, a bunch of us from the family and her family also gathered to just the day or two before the wedding, and just to help get ready, help prepare things, help get it all set up where it was going. So this layout is a memory from that. This is my son and Tristan, his wife's grandpa. And let's see if I can show you. Oh, here they are, Tristan and Matthew, getting married, and then her family, so Tristan's family. And they came over to the house. They rented a little house to live in after the wedding, and they really had been so engrossed in getting the wedding together that they hadn't really realized what kind of tree they had in their yard. And they had a cherry tree. And I noticed it because when I went out, there were cherries on the ground, and I thought, wow, I wish I had one of these in my yard. But I picked a cherry from the tree. It was so sweet. It was perfectly ready to be picked, beautifully ripe. And so we ended up, as they gathered to the house, having a cherry picking activity. And I yanked my phone up and started snapping pictures. I knew it would be so cute. And a couple of things I want to share with you that I did on this was this cascade trails that kind of looks like it's weaving in by each other, but it actually is just laying on top. And I want to show you, it's super easy to do. I don't know if you've ever done this, but this piece, 3A and 3B in cascade trails, were designed also to kind of give that weave look. And what you do is you just make sure that they're on the side where they fit together, because it won't work if it's this, it won't work. So just make sure that it's lined up like that, and then just flip one over. And when you flip one over, you have a weave. You can space it out if you want. And the other beauty of this is that you have double-sided paper. So I'll flip it back. And when you use double-sided paper and you flip one over, you have the weave, but you also have that complementary paper, which is what I did here. So you can see this is still the same. I cut it out once. I flipped one over, and on the back was the green, and on the front was the stripe. And it just gave it just a really fun feel. I really like that. I've seen people also just tuck this in. I just laid it on top of each other when I flipped it. So here it is again. I flipped it over after cutting it out. I flipped them over, lined up the ends, and just laid it. So I had one on top of the other. You can see it maybe that way better. And I did that one for each side because I used the same one for the same piece of border. I did this once for one side and once for the other. So I did this twice. But you can also actually just get in there and tuck it, the ends in, and get a little tighter weave, a little better look. Almost looks the same to me, so I just did it the other way. But it's a fun idea, and I used that on this layout this time. And then it wasn't apples, but this little tiny apple looked like a cherry to me, especially when I look in the pictures that we had, a bowl full of cherries, and they look just like this template. So I created a basket full of cherries. And when I did this, I decided I wanted the cherries, the individual cherries, to show through the basket. So I went through the effort of going ahead and cutting out these slats. And then I cut out all these cherries that are in there because I had this bowl full of cherries and I was just trying to kind of mimic that feel for the layout. And then I tucked them in there. So when I can see it, you probably can't see the differences, but I have the sides of the cherries inked and you can see the individual cherries. And then I just tucked some in the top. The other thing I did, because I wanted the basket to kind of look like it had some texture. Again, I'm not sure how well, but if you can look, I used just a black felt pen and I added some detail on the edge, almost like a weaving feel, so that it would stand out more and give it kind of some texture. I really like texture sometimes. And so that worked out well. Took a minute, but it was fun to do. I backed it with this fun, you can see that. And then some of the little tiny bonnie flowers, which I love to just tuck in here and there. I also used autumn on this one, just like I did on the card, but you can see the autumn piece here, which I flipped. Tiny bonnie flowers, the little cherry or apple piece and some of the autumn leaves. But also I'd forgotten what a beautiful leaf we had in autumn. I was really happy when I pulled the autumn out, because this autumn 4 is what I used to cut out this kind of sentiment card, which says home is wherever my bunch of crazies are. And it seemed to go really well with the pictures. I followed it with just some cherries and tiny bonnie, and that's my houseplant one. Houseplant, I use that a lot just to tuck in. And it's from the from this year's March Kiwi Club. So that's tucked in there also. That's the one I think that had the vine and other things. It was the garden type one. So if you have that, this is great. One of my favorite pieces. I really enjoyed making these layouts with this one, and I'm really happy that I had some pictures that would work, not necessarily school pictures for young ones going to school, but pictures that work so well with, that's what I love. The paper sets a theme, but it also gives you options. Home is wherever my bunches of crazies are. That can be used for any type of picture. It doesn't have to be. And really, it's so apropos to what was happening while we were picking cherries that day. Fun. Good memories. That's why we scrapbook. We like to keep those memories. So let me check and see if you have any questions. I didn't do anything really fancy. I just scrapbooked. What I did want to show you, I usually talk about what I did with the paper, but I do add little bits. So there's I just call them little bits. You'll see them here and there to pop from things. And sometimes I forget to think about adding anything but the paper, because it almost seems complete when I get done and it's got all the paper, and then I have to remember, wait, add some little bits. So I have these little containers that I keep. I've had these forever, just stuff that I've collected over the years. This one is kind of anything that shines. And this one are these like epoxy dots, my favorite. I love these. You can see I just get them in a variety of colors so that I have them. I also tend to reach for buttons, which I have some jars of buttons over here. I like using, sometimes I've got a variety of, I'm reaching for this, but I didn't actually use it on the page, but just some twine or some different threads, or even some embroidery floss sometimes can work. You don't have to use really expensive additional bits and pieces on your layout. The paper is doing most of the work for you, and you can just add a touch here and there. So that's what I did. Sometimes I feel pretty simple in what I do. So I'm thinking I have to do this show and tell, and I really don't know what to show and tell, but the layouts that I created. But I hope in some way that has helped anybody and given you some ideas. I really encourage you to share your ideas with us. We do have, it's even written in this idea book. I'm reading it from there. But if you post a picture in the community and tag us by using the hashtag #CreateWithKiwiLane, then they do drawings the first week of every month for anyone. They just, search that #CreateWithKiwiLane hashtag, and then they put those names in for a drawing, and the winner every month receives a $25 store credit. And that's easy. Just post something that you've done, anything that you've created with Kiwi Lane. And so this would be a fun one to do. I know some of you have just gotten it and maybe haven't spent much time with it, but yet, or been busy getting kids back to school. But I would really encourage you to take this one out and give it a try. This is so cute. I love the templates that are in it. I'm going to just really quickly check. I think most people are they're watching, but if you have any questions, now's the time to ask, because that is about all I have. Hi, Tina Savage from Texas. And we'd love to have your feedback. And Kristen, hi. Nicole Williams, Glenna Birdsong, what a beautiful name. And I'm just checking for questions really quickly, but I'm really really not seeing any. So I hope that you use your Kiwi Club. And if you haven't signed up for Kiwi Club yet, give it a try. It's the best thing. It's the best thing to get in the mail every time. And so I was asking about weaving the trails. Are you saying flip one of the two, A or B? Okay, Deborah Johnson. Let me do that again really quick. So when you do the trails, what I did and the weaving works with Cascade Trails 3A and 3B. So you just want to grab those. You want to cut them out normally. So if this was cut out, this would be cut out like this. So they fit together. And then when you have them cut out separately, it doesn't, you just turn. I turned the A this time. I flipped it and then just laid it over the top like that. And let's see if it works just fine with the B, since you're asking. So now I'm going to flip the B and line up the ends, and it works just fine. So it doesn't matter if you flip the A or B. What matters is that you line them up and cut them out just as you see them. And then when you get it done, you just turn one of them over and you have a weave. It's really fun, but it's so cute. It's such a fun thing to do. I don't see any other questions. I hope I've answered the questions that I did sufficiently. But if you ever have any questions, you can always email support@kiwilane.com. I'm there, Jessica's there, and we'd be happy to help you with anything. So again, grab that free PDF. You don't have to be a Kiwi Club member to get PDF. And so give it a try. Have a good day, guys. Bye-bye.